During the first years of their lives, all the children in the world have the same growth potential, notwithstanding the country they have been born in, whether it be in the city or in the countryside. All of them should grow in a similar fashion and gradually until they reach the age of 5.
I am going to be taller than my sister, up to the top.
The children from Ecuador should not be an exception. This story takes place in the province of Bolívar in Ecuador. There, the rural communities are very much alike. The families breed animals and grow the same products for their own consumption and for sale. However, the inhabitants here continue to live in poverty. One of the causes is chronic infant malnutrition. In Ecuador, 1 of every 4 children is chronically malnourished. This means that they are not developing or growing to their maximum potential. What affects the normal growth of the children are illnesses, inadequate nourishment, and the lack of care. The good news is that in some communities in Bolívar, this situation is changing. This change has to do with their children and how they are growing. Meet Amy, Nusta, and Alfredo. They live in rural areas in Bolívar and are children of indigenous families and are growing healthily, like any child in the city or the world. Their families, overcoming all the obstacles, have managed to defeat malnutrition. Thanks to a good start to their lives, a future of greater and better opportunities opens up.
She's intelligent, respectful, and also a rebel when she's angry. She captures everything and understands it quickly. I see that she is more developed and awake than some 6-year-old neighbors. My daughter is their size. Thank God my little ones have not suffered any illness and do not have malnutrition. I am happy because this pretty one is growing and does not get sick. I also feel good.
What all these mothers have in common is the same health subcenter. The name is Vinchoa. 11 communities in Bolívar depend on it. The progress made in the state of nutrition of their children is tightly linked to the work of the Vinchoa subcenter. There, the reduction of infantile malnutrition is one of the priority objectives.
It has been reducing little by little, and although we still have malnutrition, it is a minimum percentage of 7, 8, or 10%, and we are going to continue fighting for it to be less.
Unfortunately, in other communities in Bolívar province that are attended by other health subcenters, as well as in many provinces in Ecuador, no change is occurring, and the number of cases of chronic malnutrition in children remains very high. The problem is serious. Malnutrition not only delays the physical growth of the children, it also weakens their health, affects the development of the brain, and reduces intelligence.
Adrian can't even crawl. He can only sit and stand in his crib, and his diarrhea never stops.
The most dangerous aspect is that once their children have passed 2 years of age, the consequences and damage caused by malnutrition will remain for the rest of their lives. When a malnourished child grows, there is a greater risk of suffering from chronic illnesses. As an adult, he or she will be less productive, with a lower income, and the probability of being a poor adult will be higher. This is why it is essential to reduce chronic malnutrition in Ecuador. On the other hand, when a child grows well, this means that his or her mind and body are developing correctly. They are healthy and strong children. They are more capable. They learn quicker and are more sociable. This is occurring with the majority of the children who attend the Vinchoa Center. The success achieved by the families in these communities is due to a gradual change of habits with regard to their children and their health center.
I feel that we are achieving a change. Why? Because the child doesn't only come for the first control, but also for subsequent controls. We try to educate the families, the nurses, the personnel. We all try to educate the patient.
I don't go to work that day because it is more important to bring my daughter to the health center. For me, it has been so important that my children have not been sick, are healthy, and things have gone well for them both. I have a lot of confidence in the health center. The professional who was controlling my son told me my child was well nourished. His weight was increasing, as well as his size. He also knew things and his intelligence was very good, she told me.
It is also the result of the quality of the attention they receive in the health center, which is extended through medical visits to the homes and to the centers of infant development.
You also give them fish? Very good.
And thanks to personalized advice, these families have learnt that it is fundamental to feed their children only with maternal milk from the day they are born to the age of 6 months. That from the 6 months they should begin to give them other food, and that it is better to prepare this with products from the zone where they live. At what age did you start giving him food?
From 6 months. I gave him mashed potatoes, egg and cheese also.
The fact that some of the technicians and nurses live in the community and that others have been working in the center for more than 5 years is a tremendous advantage. A link has been formed that permits them to value and trust the information the sub-center gives them. This also makes a difference. How can we know if our children are growing well? Medicine has established growth standards that tell us whether our children are growing healthily or not. Today we know that if our children measure less than 70 centimeters at the age of 1 and are under 80 centimeters at the age of 2, it is very probable that they are chronically malnourished. Neither race nor origins have anything to do with the height of children at this age. Let's see how the children who attend the Vinchoa Center are growing. Neusta, at the age of 1, measured 71 centimeters, and at 1 year and 9 months she had already reached 83 centimeters. Amy, at the age of 11 months, had reached 71 centimeters, and at 2 measured 80 centimeters. Joel measured 76 centimeters at 18 months, and on his second birthday measured 84 centimeters. This group of children who attend Vinchor exceeded the minimum expected heights. They are growing normally. They are healthy and very happy, active and intelligent. However, in other communities in the same province of Bolívar, the growth of most of the children has stagnated. Like Marcia, who at the age of 1 measured 68 centimeters, and now at the age of 2 measures only 70. The same occurs with Anderson, who at the age of 2 only measures 73 centimeters. Or Wendy, who also measures 73 centimeters at the age of 2. All of them fell well below the norms for expected growth, and it will be impossible to recover this delay. This condition increases the probabilities of them having health and learning problems for the rest of their lives. Is your child malnourished?
Yes.
Do you know what malnourishment is?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
A large part of the problem is that the parents whose children are not growing don't realize this. If they are not aware of the problem, it will be impossible for them to correct it. And have they told you whether your baby is healthy or malnourished?
Yes, they have told me to bring her again.
Do you know if she is malnourished?
Yes.
Do you know what happens to a child that is malnourished? This is a shared responsibility. If the families don't know what is happening to their children, this means that the health centre is not providing an adequate growth monitoring service or quality nutritional counselling. Remember, the most important development of your child's capabilities occurs during the first 2 years of their lives. This stage of their lives is unique and cannot be repeated. Take care of it. The experience of the communities attending the Vinchor Subcentre shows that chronic malnutrition can be prevented in the poor and rural zones of Ecuador.
My daughter is well, healthy, intelligent, in good health. Everything. I dream of this, that my children will be future professionals. Each time I go to their school, the teachers congratulate me. I want my children to be better than me, that they study and continue studying, far better than me.
How far?
As far as they can reach.
Watching their children grow healthy, active and happy has encouraged these families to continue with good nutritional habits, because knowing the value of growing up well and knowing how to make that happen has made it possible for these children to develop their capacities to the maximum, preparing the way for them to be productive adults with greater opportunities in life. How about you? Do you know how your children are growing?